Swami said that this particular chapter is also called, has another name called Jnana Yoga. You know, it is, it's called renunciation of action, but also because there's so much about knowledge is there in it. And we have not even, we have just done beginnings of it. अभी तो बहुत interesting verse आएंगे. Chapter 4 is quite amazing actually. Very amazing. Anybody has any question, comment, or want to add something to this verse?
What did you just say? Renunciation?
Renunciation of action, that is the name of this chapter, because karma sannyas bolte hain usko. You know, so we will learn. There are some very complicated verses are going to come in this, and I think Joe talks about it, about akarma and karma and all that, actionlessness and action. So because it has all those masala in it, basically it's telling you that even while doing, you understand you're not doing anything. You don't have that ego, because Prakriti is doing everything. And consciousness is just present. So those are the concepts that we have kind of learned, but we will open it up more and more as we go ahead in this chapter. You know, or there is another word like Hindi में बोलते हैं कर्तापन, and English में बोलते हैं doership. That we have this doership about ourselves, and once you have the knowledge, you realize that you know you are not the doer, they call it. It's just, I think that one of the way this Swami explained, remember this Chinmaya mission was having this different Swamis were talking on different chapter, and the one who spoke on chapter 4 was brilliant, and he was so good, and very young Swami. I don't even know where he's from, somewhere either India or America, I don't know. I want to listen to more of his, because he said that there is a theory of identification, he called it. मीना जी आपने सुना वो वाला, याद है आपको? है ना, बहुत अच्छा था. I just loved it. Theory of identification is that I'm not something but I identify with it, कि मैं वो हूँ. Best example दिया उसने, इसे एक्चुअली स्वामी जी ने दिया होगा कहीं, because he said स्वामी जी, चिन्मयानंद जी gave this example. He's saying that जब मैं पहले हम लोग जाते थे ना मूवी थिएटर में, अभी तो ये मूवी थिएटर सारे बंद हो गए. हम लोग अभी घर में बैठ के देखते हैं, मगर से आई एम गोइंग टू द मूवी थिएटर, ओल्ड जमाना याद करो. सो आई थिंक व्हाइल आई एम गोइंग, आई एम अ मास्टर. ओके, मैंने टिकट खरीदा, मैंने सीट भी चूज की जो मुझे चाहिए, और मैं बैठा, फिर मैंने मूवी देखना शुरू किया, और फिर वो मूवी से मेरा आइडेंटिफिकेशन हो गया. आई आइडेंटिफाई द कैरेक्टर, and then I feel like मुझे ही हो रहा है, and I start crying and I become a slave. कुछ हुआ नहीं है, तो मैं वो मास्टर से स्लेव बन गया. So he's saying that's exactly what has happened to us, that we are that consciousness, but I think I am the body, mind, and intellect. I forget that I am not that. This is just my instrument, and that identification causes all the problems, and that identification causes me. It kind of just about the third entity is born almost. Seems to be born, let's put it this way. Third entity is born, which is the jiva, he called them, jiva. And therefore jiva की सारे problem है, उसकी सारी anxiety है, उसकी, the moment वो identification खत्म हुआ, सब कुछ finish. Because the moment the fellow who's crying and all that, hey, this is just a movie. I just came here, purchased the ticket, and I'm looking, and even these people are not real, they're just acting, And then the sorrow goes away. I thought that he put it very nicely. So, this chapter kind of opens all those aspects of it. So, anybody has anything to add? Yeah, Sheila ji?
I want to ask, can you explain, Umaji, a little bit more about single mind meditation?
Oh, single pointedness, right?
The single pointedness.
हाँ.
Sorry, single pointedness.
So,
yeah, please.
Single pointedness meditation में ये कि पहले तो मैं क्या चीज़ पे meditate करूँ वो मुझे पता होना चाहिए. तो there are several ideas that people have कि how to bring that single pointed मतलब मैं बाकी विचारों को बंद कर दूं और एक ही विचार रखूं, वो कैसे आएगा? तो अलग अलग मेथड लोग यूज करते हैं. मतलब एक तो होता है कि बाहरी एनवायरनमेंट को थोड़ा सा कंट्रोल कर लो, कि भाई शुरू में अगर कोई बहुत शोर शराबे वाली जगह में हम लोग नहीं कर पाएंगे. एक बार अगर मेडिटेशन किसको पक्का हो जाए ना, वो कहीं भी कर सकता है. पर शुरू में कहते हैं कि भाई एक कमरा होना चाहिए, साफ सुथरा होना चाहिए, ऐसा आएगा 6 चैप्टर में आने वाला है. बट बेसिकली आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू. एंड देन पीपल यू थोड़ा सा म्यूजिक बजा देता है कोई. क्यों बजाते हैं? ताकि और तरह से ध्यान कम हो जाए. मंदिर में भी हम लोग जाते हैं तो वो जोर से घंटा बजाते हैं. तो किसी ने बोला ऐसे थोड़ी भगवान को जगाने के लिए, भगवान सोए हुए नहीं है. घंटा बजाते हैं ताकि जोर से ऐसा बजे कि बाकी सारे चीजें विचार बंद हो जाए हमारे. उसको ऐसे एकाग्र होना कहते हैं. एंड देन यू टेक वन टॉपिक. अभी टॉपिक भगवान होना चाहिए. तो या तो कोई कर सकता है. वन मेथड इसकी भाई तुमको कोई बहुत सुंदर भगवान का रूप लगता हो, कृष्ण भगवान का लगता हो, शिव का, उसका सामने ले आओ तो तुम्हारे बाकी विचार बंद हो जाएंगे. या फिर कोई लोग बोलते हैं कि समुद्र के पास जाके बैठ जाओ. मेरे को वो बहुत करना अच्छा लगता है. Just go and look at the waves, nothing else, and just think that it's God's creation. तो मन एकाग्र हो गया, बाकी चीजें बंद हो गई. और मन एकाग्र का शीला जी और भी बहुत फायदे होते हैं. खाली वेदांत का ही नहीं कि भाई बहुत स्ट्रेस वगैरह भी कम हो जाता है. स्ट्रेस तभी होता है जब हम बहुत कुछ सोचते रहते हैं. और वो एकाग्र मन से आगे जाते जाते ही फिर वो एंड में एब्जॉर्ब होता है. उसको बोलते हैं एकाग्र. उसका मेथड आप कोई भी यूज कर लो जो आपको पसंद हो. कई लोग वो एक मेथड होता है कि एक ओपन दिए की लॉ को देखते रहते हैं. त्राटक बोलते हैं उसको ना. या वो उसी का मन एकाग्र करने के लिए है. और एक अगर जो इसमें योगा करते हैं उनको पता होगा कि एक आसन है ट्री पोज जिसको बोलते हैं. ऐसे करके पाँव मोड़ के ऐसे करते हैं ना. आप देखो कि अगर आप ऐसे हिल रहे हो ना, एक कोई चीज पे आप केंद्रित करो अपना ध्यान, आपका आराम से आसन होएगा. वो मेरी योगा टीचर ने मुझे सिखाया था ये. तो उसका क्योंकि एकाग्र मन हो रहा है तुम्हारा. हमको पता नहीं चलता है कि ऐसा, बट आप करके देखना. ये आप इधर उधर देखोगे आपका बैलेंस बिगड़ जाएगा. आप एक चीज को देखोगे, आप आराम से कर सकते हो वाला पोज.
I see. And how about watching the breath?
Yeah, so that's another method, that very, very powerful method, because breath is something which is easily available. You don't need a paraphernalia, and it is always there and is always happening. So then Buddhism में बहुत use करते हैं ये. So they say they just see, just concentrate on the breath. तो उस पे concentrate करने से बाकी विचार बंद हो जाते हैं. और वो एक और ये वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में बहुत यूज करते हैं. Like they call it body massage with your mind. You start focus on your head, then you focus on your eyes, then nose, then so because just one method of bringing from there to here. Yeah, but I think that हमारे जो ancient methods है ना, वो बहुत अच्छे हैं. मंत्र को ले लो, कोई मंत्र का जाप करो. All of that is एकाग्र मन करने के लिए. And if anybody wants to add anything to it, but basically that's the whole idea.
Yeah, that's very good, because I go with the breath.
Yeah, and it's just totally fine. Yeah.
This works more better than anything else.
One more thing that I noticed, if you keep your eyes half open,
Some people like
then your mind won't wander so much here and there. Once your eyes are fully closed and you are not able to concentrate on one thing, then your mind can go to 100 different places. So if you keep it half open, that helps a lot.
Very interesting. Yeah. So, each one can try all these different suggestions and then see what works for you. And, in Thailand, they had this, in the mandirs, they had this walking meditations, which was so amazing. So they created a path, and through the जैसे river है side में, और ऐसे sounds आ रहे हैं, and it was so beautiful. I said कितना क्या idea है, that they called it walking meditation, and you can walk and get into that ekagrata.
my God, I never heard of that.
Yes, there it is.
For me, meditation is when I'm painting.
Yes, and that is true, because if you have a hobby,
My
उसमें
eyes
खो
have-
जाना is meditation. True, true.
My eyes have to be fully open. If it's half closed, it's not going to work for me.
See, that's why they said no. If I know my goal, I can use any method which works for me.
Every method, there's so many methods.
True, but if we understand what it means, so in the end, the idea is खाली मन को एकाग्र करना idea नहीं है, okay? Absorbing in that higher, that's the whole idea. So another way is, through Jnana Yoga, we learn about God, and the more we learn, it is easier to be ekagra and absorb in it. So all that Bhagavad Gita ke chapters abhi jo aage aayenge, 6 to 12, who God is, 7 through 12. That's how we're going to learn how to be ekagra and go up. We are still at lower stages over here. We're going to be learning a lot more stuff.
Thank you very much, Umaji, and thank you, everybody.
I can add something here.
Yeah, sure, Kamla.
Meditation is nothing but bringing your mind to the highest chakra, which is the highest point in our body, this here. That's when we bring our individual consciousness all the way up. Eyes can be half open. You can have fully open eyes. Sometimes when you walk alone in the forest go for walking, and sometimes your energy automatically goes up there. You are connected somewhere. That's open eyes meditation. Like you lift up your individual consciousness all the way up, and you can use any method. And in Gita's point of view, when you bring your consciousness from all the 5 sheets, we have these 5 sheets. From all the 5 sheets, when we bring our attention into the inner sheath and then we lift it up higher, that's meditation. So when we say that any work which we do, we get lost is meditation, no, that's not true. By that, we concentrate, we reach to that level that from where it becomes easy to meditate. But concentration and meditation are 2 different things. In concentration, we bring the energy here but point it towards outer activity. In meditation, we bring the energy here and bring it deeper inside.
I think that what you are saying, I'm not disputing anything, but there were a couple of things that thoda sa clarity hona chahiye. You said bring the inner sheath. What Vedanta teaches you that you are separate from those sheaths. So that's,
Yes,
remember that. So
separate.
you're not bringing your inner sheath or anything, but you're
No,
separate.
you're bringing your consciousness. What happens that our consciousness is in all these sheets. So actually bring that consciousness deeper out of all these sheets. Bring it all the way in your spine. You're not conscious about of these sheets, and then lift it up.
I think what the problem I see whenever you talk about it, that you talk about one method only, but there are people who may not know anything about the chakras and still get self-realized, because those are
These methods I never learned, these chakras and these sheets, and I never learned about those. And in self-realization fellowship, they don't teach those. This is just my own interest in this field, which when I read something, I connect it to this. I'm grasping this knowledge from here and there and practicing it. And when I practice it, I know okay, it's different for everybody, and I have gone through different stages of meditation. So it's like continuous practice. All those things matters, that when they say that choose a place, lit a lamp, put agarbatti, take a bath before this. All those methods are just to make your mind ready. It's actually control of mind, nothing else. You need to control your mind, bring your individual consciousness up. Everybody knows, like, even if you don't know about chakra or anything, even if you don't know, the main thing is that in meditation we bring our energy here, and if we want to achieve sadhana, then we bring the energy all the way up. That's when we become one with God. And so all these methods that you